This is a video by Richpin. Today we're working on a Chevy Impala. This happens to be a 2000 model. And the problem we're having today is we have a coolant leak somewhere. So we're going to track that down. Okay, I found the leak. It's right down here. There is a black pipe. It's called the thermal bypass pipe. Goes over to the heater hose on one end, goes underneath the throttle body, and it goes right over there. You can see the bleeder valve on top of it, connected to the small bypass hose right there. So we got to change it out today. The first thing we're going to do is remove the negative battery cable from the battery. The next thing we need to do is drain a little bit of coolant out of the system, so it's below this pipe right here, which is part of the pipe that we're going to be replacing. Now what you can do is remove this hose right here, the top radiator hose, and drain some coolant out of there, and that should be enough. Next thing we want to do is remove this duct with the mass airflow sensor. There's one electrical connector here, and this vacuum line, and then you have a screw clamp right here, standard screw clamp on the throttle body end, and on the air cleaner end you have another one. And just push it back off the airbox, and then you can remove that. That will give us some room. Now, right underneath the throttle body is this EGR pipe right here with a bracket that is screwed to the pipe we're going to be replacing. There's a 10mm bolt right here, and we need to remove that. Next, we're going to remove the end of the airbox here. Some little spring clips, you just pry them up. And we'll get that out of the way. I may as well take the air cleaner out also. That way we can look at it. Give us a little more room. The next thing we're going to do is remove the top radiator hose from the thermostat housing right here. Give us a little more room. We'll take this spring clamp right here and slide that back out of the way. And now we can remove our hose. Now if you have an EGR system like this one, right here next to the dipstick is a diverter valve. It's a little rubber hose right here that's on it, and this little plastic clamp. Get a little screwdriver in there, open up that clamp, comes out like that, slide it back, and take that hose off there. Now, if you follow that EGR pipe from that line you just took off, you'll see another line right down here. Same type of little plastic clamp. Remove that, slide the hose down, and now we can pull the pipe back and give us some more room. Now, if you look right down here, you can see some rubber lines that go up to the throttle body to our bypass pipe. One right here and one over there. So we need to slide those clamps back so we can get those lines off. Next, we need to remove this heater hose right here that has a spring clamp on it. Just slide that back. Now we can take that hose off. Next, we need to slide the clamp back on this bypass hose here. Now we can slide this hose off that pipe. Next we need to remove this 8mm headed bolt that secures the bypass pipe to the water pump housing. There it is. Okay, now we got to get that out of the housing. I've got a soft hammer here, and I'll just tap underneath there. There is a O-ring underneath here also. So there we go. Clear. Next you'll see this bracket from the bypass pipe that runs up to the stud on the throttle body. There is a 13mm nut right there, and we need to remove that. Now what I did to remove the line from these two rubber hoses that go up to the throttle body is I used my panel remover and got right in here like this. Pried the pipe back, pushed the hose away, worked really well. Alright, now to gain some extra room, we're going to take number 2, 4, and 6 spark plug wire off the coil and drape that over the radiator support. Now there's a little vacuum line right here to the diverter valve. We can take that off and just place that out of the way. Okay, now we can snake that pipe out. We need to start right here on the right side, and we're going to get it by the motor strut right here first, and now push that a little bit that way, and now angle that up. Get it by the throttle cable, twist it, and there it is. A little bit of a contorted piece there. And of course, when you get your new one, make sure that you get a new O-ring there. Here's the hole that was in that pipe, about 10 inches from the end. It accumulated some rust right there and just rusted right through. Now here's the new one. Comes with the O-ring already on it, so you're all set. So all we have to do is slide it in there. Get it by there. The motor mount. There it is, all lined up. Now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a little antifreeze on that O-ring before you push that back into its position. So now it's just a matter of hooking up all the hoses and lines and putting everything back together, and that's it. We just replaced the thermal bypass pipe on a Chevy Impala.